Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. You ready to get your finances in tip-top shape?
Always ready to talk about money.
Awesome. So today we're diving into Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Classic.
It is. It really is. And it's got some spicy takes like maybe, just maybe, that whole get good grades so you can get a good job advice. Well, it might be a little outdated.
Yeah, he definitely goes there.
He does.
Wow.
So we got to unpack that. But first, you know the drill. What's this book really about?
It's all about how differently the rich and everyone else teach their kids about money. Like, what are the actual lessons that get passed down?
Right, and Kiyosaki kicks it all off by telling us about growing up with basically two dads.
Yeah, his own father, the poor dad in the title, and then his best friend's dad, the rich dad. But it's way more than just about how much money they had. It was like two totally different ways of looking at the world, you know?
Okay, I'm hooked already. Break it down for me. What were the differences?
So the poor dad, he was all about that traditional path. Get a good education, find a stable job, work your way up the ladder. Sound familiar?
Totally. That's what everyone drilled into my head growing up.
Exactly. But Kiyosaki's saying, hold on, in today's world, that's like building your financial house on, like, quicksand.
Whoa, okay, dramatic. But I kind of see his point. The economy's a roller coaster. Jobs aren't as secure as they used to be. So clinging to that old model, it might backfire.
Big time.
So what was Rich Dad's take on all of this? What was his big philosophy?
He was all about financial independence. Building assets, things that actually put money in your pocket instead of just trading your time for a paycheck. It's about understanding how money works.
Not just earning and spending, right? But like the deeper mechanics of it all.
Exactly. And he definitely was not a fan of the rat race.
So most of us are stuck working for money, paying bills, and just barely staying afloat. Is that the rat race?
That's it in a nutshell. And let's be real, with how expensive everything is these days, student loan debt, jobs disappearing left and right, what he was saying back then, it's like even more true now.
Totally. So how do we escape this rat race? Kiyosaki's big on understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, right?
Huge. An asset makes you money, a liability costs you money, and he really flips the script on how most people think about, say, owning a house.
Wait, hold up. Why wouldn't a house be an asset?
Well, think about it. Your mortgage, property taxes, repairs, all that stuff. If it's costing you more than you'd make by renting it out, then that beautiful house is actually draining your money. It becomes a liability.
Okay, mind officially blown. So Rich Dad, he was into investments that generate passive income, right? Like rental properties that are actually profitable.
Bingo. He's all about building actual wealth, not just accumulating a bunch of stuff that looks fancy.
I'm starting to see why this book is such a hit. But like, how do you even start down that path when you're still stuck working a regular job?
That's where his concept of minding your own business comes in.
Ooh, that sounds a little mysterious.
Yeah.
What's he actually getting at?
Basically, it's about creating your own income stream outside of your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It could be real estate, starting a side hustle, even just mastering a new skill that you can turn into income.
So diversifying, building multiple streams of income. It's like creating your own financial safety net so you can eventually escape that rat race.
Exactly. He uses the example of Ray Kroc, McDonald's.
Iconic.
Right. Everyone thought he was just a burger guy, but his real genius, it was in the real estate.
Yeah.
He bought up the land under all those McDonald's, building a massive asset base.
Wow, that's thinking long term. It's not just about what you're selling, but the assets you control behind the scenes.
Exactly. Think like an entrepreneur.
Got it. So minding your own business, it's about being creative, thinking outside the box, finding those wealth-building opportunities. Now, Kiyosaki is also big on teaching kids about money, something that, well, schools don't always do a great job of.
Right. He believed financial literacy should start young. He even used real business scenarios to teach his own kids.
I remember that story. Like, he wasn't lecturing them about compound interest. It was hands-on experience, way more impactful.
Totally. Learning by doing.
But it's more than just memorizing formulas, right? Kiyosaki seems to be saying continuous learning, being able to adapt, those are critical in the world of money.
Especially today, when things change so fast. He's all about becoming a lifelong learner. The more you know, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes your way financially.
Makes sense. But what about the fear factor? Taking risks, messing up, the chance of failing, all that's pretty scary, especially when it comes to your hard-earned money.
Oh, absolutely. But Kiyosaki doesn't sugarcoat it. He tackles it head on.
So any practical tips on how to overcome those fears?
He tells this great story about a Texas oil man who drilled a well and boom, nothing, a dry well. But instead of giving up, The guy turned that failed well into a tourist attraction.
Turning lemons into lemonade, he found a way to make it work.
Exactly. It's about building that resilience, bouncing back from setbacks and using them to learn.
Not just avoiding failure, but like changing how we relate to it, seeing it as a stepping stone, not the end of the world.
A shift in perspective for sure. Instead of fearing failure, see it as feedback.
Fail fast, fail often, right?
Yeah.
But Kiyosaki's not saying you got to do everything solo. He's big on having mentors, advisors, people to guide you.
Huge on that. Surround yourself with people who've been there, done that.
Like a financial GPS, but with real human wisdom.
Love that analogy. And it doesn't have to be some big, intimidating thing. It could be someone you admire in the finance world, someone you reach out to for advice, maybe even someone you already know who's just really good with money.
It's about being open to learning from their experiences, both good and bad.
Right. And it's not just mentors. Kiyosaki's a big believer in having a good financial advisor on your team. But, and this is important, he cautions against just blindly trusting anyone with your money.
Yeah, not all financial advisors are created equal. So how do you find one that's actually got your best interests at heart?
Kiyosaki suggests looking for an advisor who invests in the same things they recommend to you.
So they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
It shows they really believe in the advice they're giving, not just trying to make a quick buck off you.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to ask questions about their fees, their investment philosophy, their track record. Do your research, interview a few different advisors before making a decision.
It's like finding a doctor or a lawyer. You want to make sure it's the right fit, someone who understands your specific needs and goals.
For sure. Having that strong team of mentors and advisors, it's crucial for success. It's about surrounding yourself with support and guidance and people who challenge you to grow.
We've covered a lot here.
Yeah.
The rat race, assets and liabilities, minding your own business, finding mentors. This book is packed with stuff to think about.
It's not just about specific strategies, it's about changing your whole mindset around money, shifting from working for money to having money work for you.
Moving away from that poor dad mindset, the job security, the slow climb up the ladder. We're talking about embracing rich dad ideas, financial independence, building assets that generate income.
You got it. It's about taking control, creating a life where you're not constantly chasing paychecks.
And Kiyosaki makes it clear, this kind of financial freedom, it's not just for a select few. It's achievable for anyone, regardless of where you're starting from.
Absolutely. It's about empowering yourself, realizing you have the power to change your financial future.
So it's not about how much you have right now. It's about building your financial knowledge, having the right attitude, and taking action, even small steps.
Exactly. So think about our listener out there. What's one thing they can do right now, today, to start building their financial intelligence?
Ooh, good question. What would that be? Reading a book on finance, taking an investing course, maybe just having a chat with someone who's financially savvy.
Any of those would be a great start. It's about taking that first step, committing to learning more.
A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.
I love that. And once you start taking those steps, you'll be amazed how much you can learn and the progress you can make towards your goals.
Well said. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a great place to start for anyone wanting to level up their money smarts. It challenges how we think about money, and it's full of practical tips and inspiring stories.
It's a book that can truly change how you see wealth and success. It's not about hoarding money. It's about building a life full of freedom and opportunity.
So if you're ready to break free from that soul-crushing rat race and start building your own financial empire, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a must-read.
And remember, it's never too early or too late to start. The sooner you do, the more time you have for your money to work for you.
Absolutely. Take that first step today. And hey, who knows, maybe you'll be sharing your own financial success story one day. It's inspiring for sure. And Kiyosaki keeps hammering it home. Anyone can achieve success. It's not about where you come from. It's about the decisions you make and what you do, the actions you take.
Right. He kind of blows up that whole myth that wealth is just for some elite group. It's about your mindset, learning about money, and taking action, even small steps at first.
So for our listener out there, maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by all this talk of financial freedom, what would you say is the biggest misconception about building wealth?
You know, I think a lot of people believe you need some secret formula or a huge inheritance, like it's just out of reach. But honestly, the most powerful tool you have is your own mind. Learning how to manage your money, investing wisely, even just getting into the habit of saving, those are the real game changers.
Taking control, being proactive, not waiting for a lottery win.
Yeah, and it can start small. Maybe you pick up Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or find a mentor, or even just sit down and really think about your financial goals.
What I find so interesting is Kiyosaki's book. It's not just about money. It's about life, taking chances, dealing with fear, and building a life you're excited about.
I love that point. He connects financial freedom to personal freedom, being able to follow your dreams, spend time with people you care about, and make a positive impact.
Aligning your money goals with your values, creating a life that's rich in every way.
Exactly. That's the cool thing about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It starts conversations, challenges what we think we know, and in the end, it gives you power over your financial future.
So for our listener, ready to jump into their own financial journey, what's the one piece of advice you'd give them?
Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Your financial education, that's your most valuable asset. The more you learn, the more confident you'll be in making good decisions about money.
Great advice. So to wrap it all up, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a great resource for anyone who wants to break free from the rat race and build a life full of financial freedom and abundance. It's about shifting your mindset, taking action, and never stopping learning.
And it's never too late to start building your own financial success story. You've got this one step at a time, one smart decision at a time.
Couldn't agree more. For more such content, go to our channel, Pages and Perspectives. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and press the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thank you for joining us.
It really is. And he makes it clear this isn't just for like the lucky few. Anyone can build real wealth. It doesn't matter where you're starting from.
It all comes down to your choices, what you do, not where you come from.
Absolutely. He kind of dismantles that whole idea that you need to be born rich to get rich. It's all about your mindset, learning about money, taking action.
So let's say our listener is out there feeling a little overwhelmed, like, where do I even begin?
Hmm.
What's the biggest myth people have about building wealth?
You know, I think a lot of people believe there's some like secret formula, or they think you need a huge inheritance. Like it's just impossible for the average person. But the truth is, your most powerful tool is your mind. Learning how to manage your money, making smart investments, even just building the habit of saving regularly, that's where the real magic is.
Taking control, being proactive, not waiting for some big windfall.
Exactly. And it all starts with that first step. Maybe it's picking up Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or finding a mentor, or even just taking some time to really think about what you want your financial future to look like.
You know, I love that Kiyosaki's book isn't just about money. It's about life. Taking risks, overcoming fear, building a life you're truly passionate about.
Yeah, it gets way deeper. He connects financial freedom to personal freedom. Having the resources to pursue your dreams, spend time with your family, make a difference in the world.
It's about aligning your money goals with your values, building a life that's rich in every sense of the word.
Perfectly said. That's the beauty of this book. It gets people talking, challenges their assumptions, and ultimately empowers them to take control of their finances.
So for our listener who's ready to embark on that financial journey, what's the one piece of advice you'd leave them with?
Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Your financial education is your most valuable asset. The more you learn, the more confident you'll be making those tough money decisions.
Such good advice. So to sum it all up, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is an incredible resource for anyone looking to break free from the grind and build a life filled with financial freedom and abundance. It's all about changing your mindset, taking action, and never stopping learning.
Never too late to start building your own financial success story. You can do this one step at a time.
I love that. One step at a time. For more content like this, head over to our channel, Pages and Perspectives. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for joining us.